Hey everybody, Bill back here for Pinnacle Strategies on Video. I hope you are enjoying the video series. This is our fourth one. Uh, Today there is no PowerPoint presentation. There was going to be, and I thought long and hard about what I was going to talk about today. And of course, as you kind of scroll some ideas out, you realize, boy, maybe I need to talk about this instead. And so, what I was going to do this week, we'll probably end up doing next week. But this was something that just really hit me as a ton of bricks, as something that we need to talk about. Um, I want you to think about the hardest person you've ever had to negotiate with. Um, Someone you needed something from, or someone you needed them to do something for you, and how that negotiation went. Did it go well? Did it not go well? Were there some challenges? um, you think about going through those types of times, and you think about what makes someone a good negotiator or a good negotiating partner. You see this all the time in the nonprofit world. What makes somebody excellent at nonprofit partnerships? Usually, those are folks that are dependable. They're folks that, when they say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. Those are folks that offer the things in their agency that they can offer to you as a way to help you. Um, those are people that, when you pick up the phone and you call them, they're always on the other end of the line, and they're willing to listen. They're willing to walk through problems with you. They're willing to walk through concerns with you. Um, they're willing to be an ally in whatever you're trying to accomplish. And these people are honest, they're trustworthy, um, they're dependable. All of these things are true about folks that you can have a good negotiating relationship with. And so, when we think about those folks that we've had a difficult negotiation relationship with, we've had hard negotiations with, sometimes that concept of trustworthiness or honesty or dependability um, isn't always there. And yeah, we may have come up with an agreement with somebody, but if we know if they've let us down in the past, they'll probably let us down in the future. So I'm thinking about all this, and I'm scrawling all these ideas out. And again, this isn't what I wanted to talk about today originally. There was something else I wanted to talk about, but this just came to the forefront because the thing that I realized is that the hardest person we have to negotiate with is often ourselves. Because, in all honesty, we make bad negotiating partners. Um, how many times have we failed ourselves? The honest answer is probably too many times to count. Just think about like a New Year's resolution. Hey, I'm going to uh, exercise more, or I'm going to eat better, or I'm going to save money, or I'm going to do these things. And man, so many times um, we don't do that. We don't hold ourselves accountable to our own goals that we put forward for ourselves, and we end up sometimes in a worse position than when we started. And I say all this not to try to be hurtful or painful or anything like that, because heaven knows I've done that too. Um, I've let myself down more times than I can imagine. And the thing is that we lie to ourselves all the time. We um, talk about things in a way in which we don't hold ourselves accountable for things that happen. Um, yeah, and a lot of that comes from the fact that we're always willing to hold ourselves to a higher standard with other people rather than ourselves. We would much rather disappoint ourselves than disappoint other people. And I think that's just a general concept for all humans, to be quite honest. And it's crazy when you think about it because we don't have to live with other people as much as we have to live with ourselves. And so, no matter where we are in life, if we're trying to create for ourselves a better life, and sometimes that's in the workplace, a better work environment, we're trying to create a better organization, we're trying to create um, a better nonprofit, better processes, better fill in the blank. We have to do the hard work of getting honest with ourselves. And we have to learn not to lie to ourselves, and we have to learn to negotiate with who we are on an individual basis. We have to learn to negotiate with ourselves. And that can be terribly difficult to do, but it's something that is terribly necessary because let's face it, who we are speaks volumes without us saying a word. And we need to do what we can to hold ourselves accountable. Let me give you a perfect example of this. Um, Last year, I decided to embark on this journey of starting a small business in which this, I'll be honest with you, this whole video series is a part of it. And you are a you are a supporter of that, and I am grateful, and I thank you for that. And if I was going to make this successful, I realized I had to tell other people. There is a wonderful lady who I met a few years ago who is a nonprofit executive director um, in Alabama, and we communicate occasionally. But she's someone who has an amazing story. She, I would, if I lived in Alabama, I would sign up to work for her in a heartbeat. Um, I wrote her an email and I said, I don't need you to respond to this, but I need to tell you what I'm doing. Um, I need to tell you what I'm doing because it's important to me. It's important to this line of work. And if I actually tell you this and I don't do this, I'm going to feel like a failure. And she responded and she was like, go get them, but to lay out what I had in my heart and on my mind to someone who honestly may or may not keep me accountable still meant the world to me because I was taking a big step. And you can see what happened from that. That email was probably 8 months ago, maybe 9 months ago. And I've slowly grown this thing that I'm doing with Pinnacle Strategies into something that I'm very proud of and something that's growing each and every day. And you're a part of that. And again, I'm very grateful and I'm very thankful to you for that. But none of it would have happened if I would not have taken that step of that courageous step of telling someone who quite honestly probably doesn't care, um, who wouldn't possibly benefit from what I'm doing, but yet needed to know that everything that she poured into me that I'm trying to pour into others. And so I think, to wrap this up, if you're going into negotiations or if you're trying to navigate your way, not just through the nonprofit world, but just through life in general, you have to stop being your own worst enemy. You have to learn to be honest with yourself. You have to learn to hold yourself accountable. You have to learn to stop disappointing yourself. Because if you lie to yourself, if you disappoint yourself, if you don't hold yourself accountable, no one else will. And worse, other people will start lying to you and they will start not holding you accountable and they will not start being trustworthy with you. Because I believe if you're not honest with yourself, people can see that. And if you're willing to lie to yourself, you're willing to accept lies from other people. Yikes. So again, I say this not to beat you up or be harsh or be mean or anything like that. Nothing like that. No, 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 no. I say that to try to encourage you to say, hey, be honest with yourself. You wake up this morning and or tomorrow morning and you're like, man, I've I've got to have a better lifestyle physically, and I'm going to walk around the block today. Make sure you do that. Make your goals and objectives easily achievable so that you can end up doing it and you can keep that promise to yourself, because that's the key right there. It's not that you did it, it's that you kept a promise to yourself. So, was this helpful? I hope so. There might be some of you in which this is stuff you already knew, and this isn't terribly interesting, but for some of you, this may have helped, and I hope it did. And if you want to talk about this more, please feel free to just contact me. shoot me an email, pinnaclestrategiesltd@gmail.com, and I'd be more than happy to talk to you. I hope you enjoyed this version of your Tuesday video. Again, your feedback and comments are always welcome. We'll see you next time. Have a good week.